Fuck a meeting, we about to have a sit down.
You already know what it is, man. Your boy Blizz. This is another episode, a special edition of the Sit Down.
True.
I have a very special co-host to the left of me. Yeah, some of y'all may know him, but for those who don't, let my boy introduce himself.
Well, most of y'all know me as Taydon Dundada. You know, I'm pretty big out here in these Green Bay parts, but today I'm just Dante Eccles. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a real positive event today, so we're gonna use my real legal name. You know what I mean? But outside of this, you know what I'm saying, outside of my team blue, you know what I'm saying, what we got going on, you know, I will be the Don out when you see me in the streets. Don't come at me with that Dante stuff. But all jokes aside.
So, we plan to have fun today. We got a very exciting A Day Without a Woman event, you know what I'm saying, sponsored by Team Blue. You know, so they put this event together. We've been trying to get them, you know what I mean, on the sit down. We got invited here, so I'm very humble and appreciative that we're here. And shout out Full Spin, you know, he's taking care of other things. So for the day, I get to fuck off with the Don. And you get to see, you know what I'm saying, how it's going down.
No, shout out Full Spin. Get your ass to work, nigga.
Hey, you shout out Full Spin first in the interview. Matter of fact, I've been watching, you know what I mean? Y'all been doing real good with the sit down, you know, and I see that every single sit down, somebody's shouting out Full Spin. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you a shout out too, bro, because you know I rocks with Full Spin tough. You know what I mean? Shout out to my big brother, you know, but it feels real good in your seat right now, bro. You know? It feels real good right now to be a host, you know. So I appreciate you know, everybody coming out and doing some support. I appreciate y'all for coming out, you know, because you know you humble for being here, but I'm humble for y'all being here also, because you know it's something that we definitely want to get our youth and our blacks and brown and you know any other color or nationality. We just trying to get everybody unite for once in our life.
Exactly.
We all got problems. We all think lives matter. Well, how about our lives mattering to each other? You know what I'm saying? Let's unite. That's what Black Lives United is all about.
Exactly. So, y'all will see us doing variation of things throughout the, you know what I'm saying, the show. The whole show is dedicated to them. And like I said, if you're not in tune, you need to really get in tune with this movement. They're making a very, very substantial stand for us. You know what I mean? Not just as black people, but like you said, of all, you know what I'm saying, colors. You know, so. I hope y'all ready, man. It's a special edition for the sit down with the, you know I got the Don here, so it's really about to go down. All right. Take down. No white light! No white light! Today, boy, Day Without a Woman, man. We out here. Yeah. You know, it's a beautiful thing to come together like this. We're just trying to give y'all some insight on other things.
You know, just walking, marching. You know, it's International Women's Day all across the world. You know, so everybody, that's woo! So everybody marching, they doing this in different states all across the country, all across the world. So, you know, we just taking our day, representing red, you know, wearing red by representing the day, you know, and walking just to support the cause all across the globe. You know, y'all can do the same. If you're at work, you're at home, you can't make it, go ahead and put on your red just to support the day. International Women's Day, which will be March 8th. So, yep, next year, if you can't do it, we'll be doing this again, so make sure you tune in for next year.
Misogyny, and we will continue breaking through until we see the day that we can comfortably walk down the streets and not get grabbed by the pussy. To a day that our offenders are held accountable for their actions. And to a day that you, my sisters, can be free.
No one infinite race a better place. Hate
building, man, on the Sit Down, another episode of the Sit Down. And today, we have Stephanie Ortiz in the building. And if you want to just give them a little insight on who you are and what you do.
Sure. Thank you all for having me on the Sit Down. Stephanie Ortiz here. I'm the Director of Communications for Black Lives United Green Bay. I also am a regional coordinator of We March Forward, Greater Green Bay. And I do statewide violence prevention work for End Domestic Abuse Wisconsin.
Okay. Now, we actually had a couple questions on the Sit Down before.
Okay.
What is Blue and when did you guys start this?
Okay, so last July we formed as a community group officially, right following when Philando Castile was murdered in Minnesota. So our mission for Black Lives United is to unite folks of color and our comrades in building a beloved community in Green Bay.
Okay, now you say unite folks of color. Now just for the people watching this, because it's been put to me before, is it only for black people?
No, absolutely not. We center around black issues. There's no doubt about that. We were inspired by Black Lives Matter. There's no doubt about that. But what we want to do here in Green Bay is unite all black and brown folks and comrades to come together to really take a strong stance around situations that we believe are situations of injustice or situations that we need to send a strong message about in our community here.
So one of the questions I want to put to you, since y'all started this, you say y'all started up last July. Okay, I mean, I know I'm just two of them for the first one. Do you feel like from then to now, y'all have made an impact or it's came together? Because like I said, I've been watching and I feel it has. I feel like y'all have made an impact. Like today, y'all started out with like 10, 15 people, and before we got to here, it was like 60 to 70. You know what I mean? So do you feel like that y'all going to what you wanted to?
I believe there's progress. I believe there's movement. I believe that our group has a lot to do with it. I believe that we're becoming more conscious about issues that we're facing in Green Bay, and people are just, starting to become aware that, this is not a situation that happens in big cities, this is not just a situation that we see happen on the news and, detached from our community here. It absolutely happens here. There's discrimination on a daily basis. We've got community members that feel they're being racial profiled. We're talking to community members who believe that there are some things that we need to work on in our local community, so that's really what Black Lives United is here.
Okay. So today we're here for a day without a woman. And you want to get some insight to actually how that came about and what is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little background. A Day Without a Woman is a strike day, and we hope that it will become a holiday moving forward. So Black Lives United is going to start working with community groups here in Green Bay to name International Women's Day, March 8th, as a holiday. So that's the next step. So next year, March 8th, we hope that our march will grow exponentially. We hope that people are using that holiday to actually come together as a community. But some background about how this came to be is the womensmarch.com. That's the national platform that I'm part of. Millions of people marched on Washington and around the world on January 21st. And so following that, there's 10 actions in 100 days that they asked people to put forward. And they have collaborated with some international and national partners to come together for this strike in particular. So people are wearing red today in solidarity if they can't take off work. People are not spending money, and they are joining the demonstration if there's one happening in their community, or they're just trying to, have conversations with people that don't look like them. That is another part of the.
Another thing that, like you say, to get to spending money from, is that supposed to be like just basically putting money back in your community and not into, national chains? You know what I mean? Because I've seen that.
So that was one way to kind of show how far a dollar goes economically, but it was also to encourage people to shop locally and women-owned and women of color-owned businesses in your area. So we're really trying to have an economic shutdown for today for the strike. But if we did have to spend money, we're encouraging you to spend local and spend with, women-owned or women of color. Okay.
So basically, we're giving women 2 holidays. Y'all already got Mother's Day. Now y'all got to have National Women's Day. We're gonna get in. Is the fathers gonna get anything? I'm just playing. So once again, you already know it's been a sit down. It's been a pleasure with Stephanie Ortiz and the things that she got going on in Blue. And we would look forward to having you on again and many other things.
I have a question. Do you guys have any upcoming events?
Yes, we do have an upcoming event. Madison Action Day is March 30th. So we'll be organizing bus buses to leave from Green Bay to join Madison for a whole day of action. We're standing up for prison reform, solitary confinement reform. We're talking about mental health issues. There's a couple different platform areas that Madison Action Day is focusing on. So Black Lives United is part of organizing the efforts to get buses and people in. So we're expecting thousands of people to be there on Madison Action Day on March 30th.
All right. It's been another session of the sit down. Thanks, Stephanie and T, for
Appreciate
coming
y'all.
through. You already know what it is. Your boy, Blitz. Appreciate it.
I claim my strength. My attitude is a reflection of society's corrupt perfection to control my mind, body, and my rights. Without them, I would not be whole. I'm strong because I know my weaknesses. I am beautiful because I know my flaws. I am wise because I have learned from my mistakes. I'm a lover because I know hate. I deserve justice and equality. Will you take my rights? You have the right to kiss my ass because I know that I deserve better. I choose what happens to my body, who I love, and what I identify as. I am a woman. You are not what makes you. I am a woman, and you are not what breaks you.
Say I need you. When tears fall, she prays faithfully. When others turn their back on her, she still continues to pray faithfully. She is humble enough to admit when she is wrong through betrayal and talk. She remains secure in knowing who she is. She is loving enough to say, I forgive you. She is at peace with herself without having the need to prove herself to anyone. She values her self-worth and reminds other women of theirs. She is not pretentious, but instead
Yes, and so on. We are mothers, daughters, nurturers, and fighters. So we fight together or not at all. This is for the self-harming women who have forgotten their purpose. Remember, without us there is no world. We are the fruit in which all seeds grow. So sprout and shout, my sisters. My life matters.
At the YWCA, another episode of Sit Down. You are with your host of the day, Taydon Dundada. Of course, like I said, you're only gonna call me Dante for the day for this Blue Lives or Black Lives United event. Excuse me. We here with LaShanice today, actually. You know what I'm saying? She's a member of Black Lives United. You know, out here helping everybody do these events and make a better community. You know, and all that other good stuff. So we're gonna let her tell you a little bit about what Black Lives United is and what it does and what we're doing here for A Day Without a Woman. So what we doing here today?
Today we are supporting women all around the world, women of color, women who are not of color, women of different racial backgrounds and ethnic backgrounds. We are supporting our sexual assault victims. We are supporting our domestic victims. We are supporting every single woman that has birthed this nation, and the role that Black Lives United is playing in this role is, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I understand.
Is our rates of Black and brown women suffering from,
You all right? You all right?
Can you cut that out?
No, you all
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Keep going.
Okay,
So this is happening all over the world then. So this like a national thing?
It's a national thing.
So y'all just helping out in all your little city with Black Lives United with
Yes.
that? So
and Black Lives United, we feel like we are responsible for creating relationships with other organizations who are trying to fight against the racial injustices in this world.
okay.
And also just, getting out there and being active in the community and showing people that we're really trying to make a change.
Okay, so what other type of stuff your group do? You know what I'm saying? Like what is Black Lives United? I mean, what is the difference between that and Black Lives Matter?
Black Lives United is more of an action plan. I think Black Lives Matter is when the movement started, and we were trying to get people to know, well, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. But unless we're united and have a plan, and unless we organize, then we're not going to be taken seriously. And we thought, where else better to start than our community?
That makes sense. That makes sense. So there you have it. Another sit down. Y'all catch us another time. Please stay tuned. Next time I won't be the host, so I'm definitely blessed to be on this one. But again, thank you for tuning in. Black Lives United. If y'all want any more information, go to adaywithawoman.com, and you can find more information about today.
A Day Without Women.
A Day Without
Women.
Oh, and also I just want to add in there, we have 100 actions for 100 days, and right now I believe we are on our 4th, maybe 5th action. Okay. So you can check it out when you go on the website. We're marching forward and moving forward, so get involved and
adaywithoutawoman.com.
Man, I can honestly say that today has been one of the best sit downs I've ever had. It's actually been tiring at times because, man, like from marching, from the wind to the poetry session we witnessed.
It was a long day. It was definitely a long day. We got to say that. We marched a little over 4 miles today. That's an hour and 45 minutes of straight marching. So it was windy. The flyers and stuff was blowing all over the place. It was. I
tried to go on Facebook Live, fam, and it almost blew my phone literally out of my hand.
Man, he hopped in the car and met us at checkpoints. So I ain't trying to get that. I marched the whole time. Bro was like,
Hey, when the wind pushes you and you can't walk, I was literally like this.
Y'all ever seen one of those movies where they got those track races and it's like a 4 or 5 mile race, and then you see somebody cheat and jump in the taxi and then they meet you at the finish line? Yeah, that's what this nigga did today on me. You know what I'm saying?
No excuses, just results. That's what I'm gonna say. I got what I needed to be.
No excuses, just results. All right.
Check it out. The Don.
What's up?
How did you become a part of Team Blue?
Actually, that's a good question. When I first got back from Vegas, I moved back from Vegas June 1st of 2016. I was out there, me and my brother went out there for some music oriented things, We actually did pretty good. But when I got back here, a lot of people know me in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So as soon as I touched down, it was a march going on downtown. And most of y'all might be familiar with this. It was a march that happened 3 days in a row. I was there the first day and the last day. And I didn't stay for the whole march, but I went for a little bit of it.
I was there too.
But a lot of people recognized me when I was there, It was like, hey, come to this meeting that we having after the fact. So on the first day, I went to this meeting, which was, it was all good, we set, or I think it was like the last day maybe, But anyway, I went to a meeting after the marches, and they was like, we want you to be a leader, basically. So Keys and Hammer, they approached me with the opportunity. Yeah, they approached me with the. They was already forming this when I was gone, and they messaged me when I was in Vegas. Was like, hey, we doing this thing. We want to get people out here to march against Black Lives Matter, or for Black Lives Matter. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. We'll figure something out. And I coordinate events, so they know I do that. So they was like, we need to coordinate this somehow. So I just helped them out with that. Eventually, once we started having these meetings and stuff, we came out with Black Lives United. So really, when we came out, I had drew the logo. Me and Steph, we had came up with the logo. We needed a logo to come up with. I sketched it up, sent it to somebody, and he said he made it into a logo.
Exactly.
So, and that was DJ Trill Will. Shout out to him for that.
Shout out to
yeah, he really made that sketch something. Now I'm just a leader.
Exactly. So, like I said, and Keys, shout out Keys, because Keys was the first person to bring the movement to me.
That's true. And Hammer.
Keys the Beast, Keys?
Yeah.
Keys.
Yeah.
And
Keys convinced me to join.
Keys.
Keys.
Yes.
Keys, I hope you're hearing this. I can't believe this. Keys. I hope you listening, Keys.
To join. Like he was.
the CBE boys, Hammer and.
That's them.
Yeah, that's Hammer.
That's Hammer.
That's Hammer and
Dion.
You mean Hammer?
Hammer and Dion.
I know Hammer.
Started it.
The Hammer was the original person that started it. It was Devester Hudson that was a really original one that started it because he messaged me about it, and we went on from there.
Exactly. So it's been around for a while. Like I say, to have Tate on here, to actually do it, and the poetry session, man.
The poetry, y'all.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Woo! Stephanie, I got love for you, baby, but you should not put your boy on the spot like that. I'm gonna bust myself out for y'all.
Hey, can you be a judge?
Exactly. She made it seem like I was just gonna do some, lighthearted stuff.
Right.
Y'all got up there and went deep on the brother.
And then only gave him one option. He can only pick one winner.
Pick one person.
Out of what, like six contestants?
And all of them went hard. I'm talking about, so I'm gonna bust myself out right now because I always keep it real and sit down. I ain't gonna let niggas expose me on nothing. Your boy got teary-eyed, okay? They made your boy teary-eyed.
I'm telling you.
But
It was deep.
no.
It was deep. So
Don't try nothing, though.
if y'all can catch it at some time, the poetry was deep.
It really was.
Blizz, I got a question. Speaking from a poet yourself,
Exactly.
what was it like to judge a contest, a poetry contest, especially this particular contest with words with such feeling, emotion, and meaning?
100, it was enlightening.
Yeah.
It refreshed old thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because I got to see how I feel when I do my poetry, because that emotion, bro.
Right.
It's
right.
same with music, but that poetry is you. That's you. That's 100% you. There's no beat. There's nothing. That's all feeling. So to get, it was like a refreshing thought. You know what I mean? Like to get my thoughts back flowing and where I actually came from. And that's why it touched me and I got emotional, you know what I mean? So it really touched me.
It was emotional. I mean, just the poets that was up there, shout out to all the poets that was up there.
For real.
They really put their heart and soul in. You can hear it when they doing their poetry, over the microphone. You can hear in their chest, in their voice,
that was real.
That was real. And it was emotional. It was touching. And a lot of people, one of the judges he wasn't the only judge with tears in his eyes. One of the other judges had tears in their eyes too. I was back there kind of dictating.
Right.
The Don got to be involved in a little bit of everything,
Exactly. So, man, like I said, it's been a beautiful, beautiful sit down. I can honestly say this is one of my best sit downs that we've filmed so far.
Hey, I'm glad to be a part of it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, James seat feeling real kind of cozy, James. You know what I mean?
Look.
He gonna spin you, boy!
He's trying to get you up out of here.
Oh, man!
But it's definitely been, like I say, it's been a blast. It's been fun. I want to shout out and thank Blue, you know what I mean, because they invited us to this, and wasn't expecting it. We've been wanting to work with them, so it's more stuff gonna be in the works. I'm happy that they came out. I'm happy to have Tay Don, you know what I mean, because like I say, we also got to get you on to sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to talk about his musical side, because
my time coming. That's another discussion.
Exactly, that's a whole other discussion because he's a part of Blue too. So it was a breath of fresh air for everything that happened today, and I appreciate it.
I got one more question for Tay Don. Tay Don, we first met. You was a rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? You was rapping then, and now you went to Vegas,
Right.
and now you're a part of Team Blue, this event. How did Team Blue? Was it easy to join Team Blue? Was it easy to blend all of it together?
No, it's definitely not easy, bro.
Because
it's a juggling act, It's just like having 3-4 jobs, They all do different things, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a struggle, but, it also helps me, to develop my character as an artist, considering that I have to do so many positive things in the neighborhood. So as a man, as a father, I'm a leader now, I'm a good idol, I'm a powerful black speaker sometimes, I kind of unite a lot of different people in the industry, not just folks of color, I'm trying to unite a lot of people. So that's separate from music, which it's hard to kind of mix the two, because like I said at the beginning, at the intro, don't address me as Tay Don at one of my Black Lives United events. I'm Dante, because I need to have a professional image when I'm doing this, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So to split the two like that is sometimes difficult, because when other people on the outside, like you said when we first met, you associate me as Tay Don, you know what I mean? But here in this environment, I'm Dante, you know what I mean? So it's hard, and it's confusing to not get the two confused.
Yeah, definitely.
So you already know what it is, man. Like I said, they had the boy emotional today. So it's been one of them days that I'm very proud, of Blue and everybody that came out and participated in this event, everybody that marched, everybody that wore red today to support the women. So just imagine, man, if you really had to spend a day without a woman.
For real.
Like, for real.
So with that being, and also with everybody that's watching, y'all make sure y'all come out to the next events. Like he said, we got more events coming up. You definitely invited, you know, if you ever can't make it in that time. But everybody, please come out, you know, to support. You know what I mean? Support your people, support the events, support the community. If that's not the case, then come out for yourself. You know what I mean? Just want better rights and something else to figure out what you could do for yourself.
So once again, you can look up Blue on Facebook. I'm your boy Blizz. It's been my co-host. It's been a fun day with you, my brother.
Yeah,
You definitely gonna do this again. So you already know. Once again, signing out. Fucking meeting. We're about to have a Sunday.
True.